Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe. Welcome back on the channel. It was funny because I see the horse with Adrien Rabiot. Every time the countdown is a bit different. Ciao Rom, come va?
That's an unbelievable countdown. I'm very good today, mate. Are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing super well. People are telling me in the chat, I didn't know. Brighton lost. Attenzione.
Ooh.
De Zerbi in the mud.
No, I didn't watch, to be honest, what happened today in the Europa League because, this season I will follow Serie A, Coppa Italia when Juventus will be involved, Next Gen, and Yao Sector.
It's a lot already. Yeah? No, but people, they don't realize. It's really a lot because you can do it, like from time to time. But when it's a job, when you're watching every single thing, hey, it's a lot because you have to know things in detail. So I understand. Now today,
Yeah. I was during this week in Vinovo to watch Juventus against Empoli, but you have to do that because I like to watch the players on the field to see their evolution. So it was not a very good match because Juventus lost 2-3 at home, but it's always a big pleasure to talk with Paulo Montero. It's always nice, very smart, he's huge charisma. So it was a pleasure to meet him again, and I hope that this season they will do better than last season. We won the first 2 matches of the season, then of course we have to improve.
But the thing is, every time that you go to watch the Next Gen, we lose.
Yeah, 3 matches, 0 points, and the situation is not easy. But we have to be confident, especially because we're talking about a new team with new players, younger players that they show they can be part of this project. I'm not scared. Maybe I'm not scared at 100%, but as we said before the start of the league, we are talking about a very tough group. And it will be very, very difficult to live a normal season without fear, without big pressure. But we have to do better because if I'm right, we are the only team that we have 0 points in the table.
I'm here, member for 7 months, and keep Romeo away from the Next Gen. We will try to do that. Andrew, 10 months in the channel. Just meetup. Well, not in 2024 or maybe in 2024, but I will be in Torino in 2023 in October for Verona, Juve Verona. So there are already some people they told me, so I will be there. And of course, before the game, if you want to see each other, if you want to meet up, course, we will be there.
We'll try to arrange it, guys. We'll try to arrange. You are more than welcome.
That will be nice. Oh, ragazzi, what do we have to speak about today, Ram? I have a few questions. I have a few topics, of course. But your last video was about Federico Gatti.
Yeah.
What are the news about
the news of the day? Because he's going to extend his contract with Juventus until 2028, almost done. It's a big news because that means Federico is working very well. That means that Federico deserves to get this new contract with, of course, more money. And now today, unfortunately, when they're saying that Alex will be out at least for 1 month, I think that there are huge chances to see him again after the second break. And now Federico will be, of course, a starter as the last 2 matches, and he needs to, of course, to improve, but to put on the field his personality, because in the last match was an animal. It's right to say that, yeah.
Is it deserved, the extension?
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, when I watched his first games at Juventus, I told to myself, I'm not sure that he's good enough for our level. But then he played beautiful matches in a row. I remember it was in Fribourg against Inter as well at home. He played very well. And now, during this season, he started very well. game against Empoli, good solid performance, good performance too against Lazio. So he's doing very well. I think that he deserves to get more money.
Is it 2028 1 year extension?
Yeah, because it's in this topic, the point is to raise up his salary.
Salary. And now he's earning 1 million net, if I'm not wrong, huh? Today.
I thought more or less.
Yeah, more or less 1 million. So it can go up much more, or we don't know yet the
To
details.
be honest, I don't know because I don't like to talk about the money of the other guys. But of course, today I spoke to a source and he told me, go without problem that Federico will be the first one. He will renew the contract during the season.
What do you think is the value that the tifosi love from Federico?
Grinta.
The grinta.
Gatti has the grinta.
I
that
agree.
wrote Iman, and I agree because he wants to show that he deserves to play for Juventus. And
What do you answer when the people are telling Gatti is the future, not the future Chiellini? Are they exaggerating?
Yeah, it's impossible in my opinion because Chiellini was one of the best central back of the recent history of Juventus and Italy as well. But I think that Federico is 25, so he has the right potential to improve, to continue to improve. But Chiellini was a monster.
I think they are also really different. Chiellini and Gatti, they have some similarities that the Grinta, of course, they can match, but except of that, I really think they are different players.
Right back, right foot, left foot. So
also today, I believe Gatti is much stronger with the ball than when Chiellini was 25.
Yeah, and Giorgio started his career as a left back when he was in Livorno, then when he was at Fiorentina. Fortunately, then I think Didier Deschamps was the first one that who understood that it was better to play with Giorgio as a central back. And then Claudio Ranieri has pushed a lot.
The other big news is Alexandro. Alexandro out. You already mentioned it. That's when I see a player that is injured, I'm always a bit sad.
Yeah, of
From
course.
Juve, but also the other teams because
I'm. It's impossible to be happy when you heard this word injury.
I agree because it's a lot of sacrifices in their life. They work really hard to revive. But what does it mean for Juve? Because we don't have a lot of center backs. Alexandro less. What does that mean?
That means that maybe we have to bet on them.
You think?
It's time. Maybe it's time because now we have the starters, Gatti, Gleason, and Dani. Then we have Rugani. We have just 4 defenders for 3 places. It's a risk. Okay, we play just 1 game during the week, but the next week we'll play 2 games in 3 days.
Actually, it's even three games in
3 games in a week.
Days.
In a week. So I think that, for example, then we will not play the next match with the next gen because we need to put him in the first team.
On the other side, I was also speaking on Juventus today with Luca, with Franco Leonetti, and they were saying Danilo plays, Gatti is a starter because he's really now the starter with Bremer in the middle. But if really one of these guys are missing, do you think that we go first with 4-man defense or we go with 3 and Dean? What do you think we can do?
We have Dan and we have to believe in Dan. So if you decide to give me the jersey number
13.
So that means that you you think that Dan has the right potential to play, to get some minutes with the first team. And we have to believe on that. Because, as I said several times, in my personal opinion, Dan is ready. Then, of course, someone could say, but then at the beginning of this season was one of the worst with the next gen. But it's silly to talk in this way, because we are talking about a team with 0 points, and that's not a fault just by Dan. So we have to believe in Dan, and I hope that in these 3 games in a row he will be able to get some minutes and to make his debut with the first team.
Before speaking about Sassuolo and thinking a bit, yesterday there was open training session.
Yeah,
You were there?
absolutely no.
No.
Because I had a meeting call yesterday, and it was impossible for me to be there. But I watched that the atmosphere was very good, and
Yeah,
the intensity during
that's the word.
the training session, because Rabiot, McKennie, but the other guys, they want to. They are so competitive in this season.
You think that that open training session, that intensity that they are putting, also to show to the default, because last year I remember some people, they were watching some clips on YouTube and then it become, but Juve was not playing really high. They are putting really intensity now. Allegri said multiple times, run, 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 run. Do you think it's really something that now they can continue to do with one game at the week, going with that intensity? Do you think that we also against Sassuolo will see a kind of game like against Udinese the first half? Or do you think that, that intensity is something, at the moment, but we will not be able to keep it for the remaining part of the season?
I think that on Saturday there will be a different games game, because when you play against Lazio, you have to understand the right spaces, how to hurt the Biancocelesti between the lines. So against Sassuolo will be a different story, because I think that Sassuolo want to play an offensive football, but they don't have the same quality regarding, for example, Lazio. So we have to play a smart game with intensity. We have to be quick during the pass. But I feel that we can do a very great and solid game. And the most important thing is to win, because, win, 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 win. You start to create a great atmosphere. You start to believe that you can do a championship at a high level. So
Before Atalanta, how much point do we need to have to make sure that we arrive? Because Atalanta, it's a big game today. By the way, they won 2-0 in Europa League. How much do you think we need
6
in these 2 games? 6 points?
for sure. We have to get 6 points. No excuses, no way. no, guys. Against Sassuolo and Lecce, you have to get 6 points. Then you can fail against, for example, Bologna. We were not able to do that. Our fault. But we have to get 6 points.
What do you think is the benefit of having 6 points? Is it what will change in the head of showing?
You go to the Continassa and you feel really that you are at the same level of Milan, Inter, Napoli.
I agree.
The switch on.
I agree. But then, of course, you will have to confirm yourself also against Atalanta, because don't forget, a lot of people are speaking about 2 games. I consider it un ciclo, a cycle of 3 games, because I see Sassuolo, Lecce, and also then you have Atalanta. Of course, like you say, we have to arrive there with 6-point points so that we are comfortable, we are mentally ready. But then you have the Atalanta game where you have to win, because otherwise you start again. Negativity, and you are able to beat only small teams and Lazio, because
but for this reason, I say that we have to win these 2 matches in a row. Then we see what will happen, but it's possible to win all the matches in the Serie A. We lost points against Bologna, but we are on our way to do better.
Yesterday in La Continental, there were a lot of changes, because there were two teams, 3-5-2, and then a 4-3-3. My question is, the people are asking also, is it because the 4-3-3 we are already starting because in the future we want to evolve to a 4-3-3, or is it because Sassuolo is playing as a 4-3-3 and we wanted to test a game against someone that is playing 4-3-3? Because we also, and then I will go to the individualities. Attenzione.
I think that at this moment, if you change the system, there will be a big risk. So we have to continue this way, 3-5-2, pushing on the duo, Chiesa and Vlahovic. We have to continue to work on the right way with on the left side, on the on the left side. I'm loving because I will buy this t-shirt. But why change now? It's not the right time to do that. You can do that maybe if you see some issues, if you feel that it's time to find an evolution or something like that. But no, right now we have to continue this way, and we have to try to improve this system, this formation. Some touches there, to be more consistent. But to be honest, talking about Juventus Lazio, I like the performance because it was very to kill the opponent, and I like so much that
we saw a lot of changes in the
bravo Giulio. I do that on Football Manager. When I win, I don't change what is working very well.
And when do you change? After one loss, two loss, three losses?
No, that's not the result. It's the attitude during the training session.
On Football Manager or in the reality?
I was rapping as Max Allegri at football. Playing with Football Manager, I change when I lost one game.
When you lose one game,
no passion. No passion.
Aggresti out. Ciao.
Aggresti out.
Oh, no, Rob. Yeah, we saw a lot of changes. We saw. Wait, I will show you all the things that we saw yesterday because we saw a lot of things. We saw Kostic, left back, Fagioli, regista, Ealing Junior, mezzala, Weah, 4-3-3, 4-3-3, offensive winger, and Moiskin was scoring. Which one do you want to start with to explain a bit if it's a good idea, not a good idea?
First of all, we have to say that except Fagioli, who was not in the US, we have seen Ealing as a mezzala. We are there. Maybe Kostic not as a regular left back, traditional left back, but you can try to understand something like that. To be honest, in my personal opinion, Beppe, but I said that several times, I don't like Ealing as a mezzala because he needs to play, we run to make assists, so I don't like him to watch him there. Where I'm sure that we'll be able to put out his potential. Ken will score. Kostic, if Kostic stays at Juventus, he's like a starter. That's normal, especially because the last season was one of the best. So he has a experience. So it was impossible to keep him on the bench for many matches in a row. Fortunately for us, there we have 3 good players: Kostic, Cambiaso, Ealing. Sometimes maybe Cambiaso could play on the right side, so we'll see.
And Fagioli, do you think he has the qualities to play as a not the starter regista, but if with all the yellow cards that we have, if Locatelli suspended one game, is he the favorite one there?
In terms of qualities, yes, absolutely, because he has a huge quality. But if you have Locatelli, especially playing just one game during the week, I think that Locatelli, if plays, play always in front of the defense.
People are starting to be worried about Cambiaso because they are saying after a beautiful start and then Bologna looks like he lost his job. My opinion personally is, especially if you know the story of Max Allegri, if there is a priority where Max is changing, it's always the wing. Always. But that's the history of Max Allegri. It's a bit like the history of Tottenham. Well, Max Allegri has the history of Max Allegri changing the wings. Oh, Romeo, he went away.
I lost the... Come dice tappo?
The
Tappo.
guys, help us in the chat. Le bouchon. In French, c'est le bouchon. But in English?
You are able to say that in French. I'm able to say that in Italian, but we are not able to say that in English.
The cap. The cap.
The cap.
We lost the cap. I forgot the question.
Thank you, guys.
About Cambiaso.
Don't forget that I'm not able at all to talk in English. I try to do that, but so don't forget that. Thanks, guys. Cambiaso, he played very good against Lazio as well. Of course, not a big times, but you are on point as always, Beppe. With Max Allegri, you need time to... No? But he's a very good player, Andrea.
You think he starts against Sassuolo? First, tell me about the update about the injury.
To be honest, I think that maybe more or less we play with a different, with the same lineup, and maybe we change more on Tuesday against Lecce.
You think?
There we have to change something because then we have Atalanta, and against Atalanta you have to be 100%. To be honest, right now, I think that the most important thing is to play with a similar lineup. We changed in the last match just one player because
the goalkeeper.
Yes, Szczesny starts over Perin. Maybe, Beppe, maybe for the first time of the second cycle by Allegri at Juventus, we'll see the same lineup. I don't know, to be honest, because tomorrow we'll understand with the press conference at 11, of course, a.m. tomorrow morning.
You already prepared your question for Max or not yet?
Tomorrow we have another meeting.
You're not there tomorrow?
No.
Yeah.
I will be back on Monday.
On Monday.
With the press conference I had of Juventus.
Yeah, it's true because there are two also.
You are not used to. You are not used because we don't have the champions. But don't forget that next week on Monday we have another press conference.
Mamma mia! Oh, start to be. That's good. That's good because I was missing you. What was your feeling in there was Champions League. There were the other teams and no Juve. It hurts or not? You were sad a bit.
There were, next week will be totally different because now I'm used to know that during the week we have just one game. And I will leave the next week as our Champions League. But the most important thing is to win. I don't care about Champions League, Europa League conference. I'm just focused 100% on what we have to do between Sassuolo and Lecce. As I told you, 6 points.
6 points. And McKennie and Rabiot, how are they doing?
Both good. So
with the image that we saw,
for at the end, it was just a knock. A knock. It was just a knock. So he will play without problem. Of course, you better. There, without Paul and playing with McKennie on the right side, we don't have a lot of solutions. Because if you consider McKennie as a right back, so far we have just 5 midfielders for 3 places. So we don't have a lot of players, guys. We can change something, for example, Milik or Ken against Lecce, maybe Cambiaso over or Ealing over Kostic, maybe we are, but in the midfield and with the defenders, we don't have a lot of solutions.
No, no. I agree. I think that we will see Keane against Lecce. Maybe Keane starts. I think there will be rotation. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, Saturday, we
But
see again Chiesa and Vlahovic, and against Lecce, I think we see Keane.
100%, I think so. Or Milik. Do
Yeah,
you
could
think
be.
that Ken could have more chances than Milik
Yeah,
against Lecce?
I think, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, but maybe even both of them could be. You start with Milik and Ken.
You know, as I told you, as a coach at the Football Manager, I don't want to change a lot.
Eh, But now it's against Lecce. We have time. We have time. Miretti needs to start versus Sassuolo. Today I had also a beautiful debate about Miretti or Fagioli to start today with the condition that we saw in the recent games, with the way that we are playing. Miretti or Fagioli against Sassuolo?
I think analyzing the skills of our opponent, maybe Miretti could be better because he plays between the lines. He's smart enough to understand how to get the ball moving in the right way without the ball. So I guys. Fabio was very unlucky against Lazio as well because he was very, very close to score his first goal with the first team. But as I said several times as well, I'm sure that when Miretti will score his first goal, then he will be able to score more goals. I don't think that he will score 10 or 11 goals, as for example, Rabiot did in the last season. But maybe 3, 4 goals, 5 goals, because he was really unlucky and he played a very good match, very smart match against
I
Lazio.
agree. I agree. La Samora, 17 mesi, 17 months on the channel with us. Better do it. Chiesa and DV9 or Romeo and Beppe? I want to take that question because, Rom, that's an important question. There were some people that were starting to doubt Dusan Vlahovic last season. Some people, Pubalgia, but there were some people that started to doubt. Today or this season, he starts with 4 goals in 4 games. Seems a happy Dusan. Everything is going well. If there are still people that are doubting on Dusan, why do you think they are still doubting? Or
Because you are crazy. If you are
yeah,
crazy, you can. No, because I think that is already one of the best number 9 in the world. Of course, if we analyze the last season, it's impossible to say something because it was always an injury. He had the pubalgia, the worst problem for a player, a football player, a soccer player, and maybe football as well. So now, if he's better mentally, physically, and he's scoring, but that's Dusan Vlahovic, Beppe.
mm,
Beppe,
last year,
I'm improving my English, talking
well, it's true.
week by week.
Hey,
That's true. Because
confidenza in se stesso. How do you say in English?
no, I don't understand, Beppe.
The confidenza in se
Yeah,
stesso.
confident. Yeah, I feel more confident.
No, but how do you say in English?
No,
The-
no, so dire.
you forgot the word self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
We have to work on that
I
word.
have to do another tattoo, and I will put this
Self-esteem.
word. Yeah. It will, self-
Look, I was one of them, Divina. You see, there were some people that were doubting Dusan. My question is because Dusan Vlahovic last year starts 4 games, 4 goals. This season, 4 games, 4 goals. The problem was that last year, also because of
Beppe,
football,
and he scored 2 goals that they were
I know they were fantastic.
with the VAR, and then he missed the penalty. So we are 4 goals. That's it. But we are close to 7 goals in 4 matches. That's unbelievable.
Ah, it's true. It's true. It's a different start that last season because we don't forget, but last season he had 1 open goal, 1 free kick, and no 2 free kicks and 1 penalty. Here it's a different Dusan Vlahovic. No, because I see today Lukaku is winning the winner. They won 2-1, I believe, and maybe someone like Johnny. would say, we are regretting Romelu Lukaku. Is that the case? Do you think that one day someone will tell we missed Lukaku? No?
No, not at all, because now it's a different story. I have to admit that Romelu has started very well because he scored 2 goals in 3 games, but in the first games he played just a few minutes. And Lukaku is a top striker, and he scored more than a lot of goals in his career. 300, maybe. More than 300 goals. And Dusan has to show that to be considered a top player. And when I mean top player, I mean player maybe potentially for Real Madrid, for Barca, for Bayern Munich. Of course, I'm so happy that Dusan stayed here, and I hope that he will stay for a long time. And this season will be crucial for his career and for Juventus as well.
Gracias, Chris Perota. No hay nada más que decir.
Chris.
Solo blanco y negro. Chris is saying, I have nothing else to say, just black and white. It's fantastic. Beautiful. Grazie, Chris. Grandissimo, Chris. If you have a question, Chris, that's also nice. Huh?
Here, Chris.
Your English is better than mine, amigo.
I can answer in Spanish, Chris.
Vamos, Romeo.
Vamos.
Your English is better than mine. Bravissimo.
Grande Pino.
Who do you think is the best Juve player to take penalties?
Right now?
Yeah.
Of the current squad? Just a very tough question.
You are not a fan of Dusan Vlahovic penalties?
No. Not at all. But to be honest, during my experience behind Juventus as journalist right now and in the past as a simple fan, I was during the penalty time. I was relaxed just with one player. Guess who?
Repeat the question.
During the penalty time,
yeah,
in the past, I was relaxed, calm, just with one player of the history of Juventus. Guess who is this player?
Guys, help me in the chat. I'm thinking, So one player, there were
when there was this player, in my mind we were just 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, just one player.
It could be Del Piero, but that would be too easy. It's another
Alex Del Piero.
Del Piero,
for sure.
Del Piero is.
It was 100% perfect.
I agree. You know, the only time I was scared, the goal with Italy, against Germany.
In Germany.
This time I was really scared. Really scared.
But they scored a beautiful goal.
I know the penalty was perfect. No, but I was thinking Euro 2000 because of Del Piero. The story about that game against France.
But with Alex, I was always calm, confident. 100%. I was sure that he was going to score. Right now, to answer the question, we don't have a lot of good penalties.
It's true. It's true. Especially if you live the era
in the last season, we had Bonucci and Quadrado. They were both very good on penalties.
Who did he say last time? Maxi said Vlahovic, Danilo, Milik, and Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie never took a penalty in his life,
but I'm scared with all of this players.
Yeah, indeed. I have the same feeling.
Chiesa was not very good at Fiorentina. If I'm right, he scored at 15%, maybe.
Yeah. One goal, yes, and one goal, no.
Paulo Dybala was, Paulo was
Dybala
great.
was good.
We had Arturo Vidal was great as well. Guys, for example, we have a penalty on Saturday. I think that Dusan will try again. If he will miss that, we have to change, but I hope no. Then we have the second penalty during the Sassuolo Juventus game. We will try to score.
Danilo goes.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a good question. Who is one man that for you in the next three games fundamental that you say you can't sub him out? No rotation, one man. Huh? And don't speak about Chiesa Vlahovic. That's
Don't
too
speak
easy.
about Chiesa and
Uh,
Vlahovic. Okay.
okay. For the other, a fundamental that you say this one he needs to play 180 minutes.
Danilo. Danilo as well. Danilo because he's our captain. He's playing very well. He's playing at a very high level,
Mhm.
and he need he. I'm pretty sure that if we improve as a team, of course, we'll see something different in terms of individual player, and Danilo will be crucial for the grow up by Bremer,
Can be.
because Bremer in this start of the season was not very good
Mm.
against Lazio. In my personal and humble opinion, he was the worst Juventus player again.
It's a bit shaky, and also that pass that is giving centrally is a horror, is disaster.
He needs to
That's
improve. He
dangerous.
needs to improve, and Danilo could help him.
Mm, I agree. Hey, how lucky is Jack? Jackie said, I went for the first time to the Juventus Stadium after more than 20 years being a fan with my father. We hoped for an early Vlahovic goal and Chiesa goal, and they exceeded our expectations, our prayers. Incredible.
The Jack.
Hey, how lucky was he to go to Juve Lazio?
Yeah,
Lot, huh?
yeah. You were lucky enough to watch one of the best performance of the recent month, and I hope that you enjoyed with your dad this experience. I don't know where you live, but I'm pretty sure that you did the sacrifice to be there, and so I'm very happy that you had the opportunity to live to keep a
Mm.
memory that you will keep forever with your life.
And also lucky with the ambiance in the stadium, the atmosphere that was also
Yeah, that
really
one
good.
was very, very good. It was a pleasure to be there.
You forgot Ronaldo. Penalties.
Ronaldo was unbelievable, yeah. But I was relaxed just with Alex Del Piero.
Mm. Del Piero was Del Piero. My friend Rad is saying Alessandro Del
Grande
Piero,
Rad,
the GOAT. I have
grande.
a
What do you
question.
live? Where do you live, Rad?
Rad
Arabia?
is, yeah, I think
Bring us there. Bring us there.
for maybe next year for the Supercoppa.
I promise you that I will start learning Arabic.
Yeah. And maybe next year for the Supercoppa we all go there. Noor, I have a question for both, and I hope you can talk about it. I didn't read the question. So the ranked team came out today, and Juventus in the top 10. Does that mean we are going to play the World Cup? Ah,
Guys, so
that's a good question.
it's a good question. I'm not able at all to explain that in English, but we have an article at Goal in which we explain very well. I think that in English as well, step by step. Of course, we can say that Inter are going to be in the World Club Cup. And then we have to understand what will happen during this season among Milan, Roma, Napoli, because they have the opportunities to improve their ranking, the Euro ranking, and unfortunately we don't play in Europe, so we have to hope that they will fail.
I
I,
like
I
that.
don't know if it's
Uh,
if
no,
you
no, no.
understand what is.
You explained well. If I'm not wrong, Milan is the one behind Juve. So we have to hope, especially for me, the other ones as well, but especially for Milan, that they are doing really bad this season. That would be fantastic. If they finish fourth in their group, that is even better, I believe. But
Yeah,
you know what? Later I will check the article of Goal Italia, and tomorrow on the channel I will explain on the channel. But
that's it,
but
Rad.
indeed, it's true that I was also listening a bit, and we have to hope that the other ones are not doing well.
Because we don't have the opportunity to improve our journey in Europe during the season.
I think nobody is at risk of suspension yet. I didn't study the game yet, but I don't think there is someone at risk at the moment. Then, of course, if you have another one on
We are good
Sassuolo.
guys during this season. We are good guys.
Mariano, I went to Lazio game, but tram going back to the city wasn't working. A lot of fans waiting a long time for the buses in the rain.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a problem because the Allianz Stadium is not in the center of the city,
I know.
and you have to plan very well how to come back in the hotel, in the apartment. But yeah, you agree 100%.
Mm. Rad is saying that he's coming from Saudi Arabia. He's saying whenever you want, Beppe and Romeo,
Grande Rad.
more than welcome in Saudi Arabia. When we go, we tell you. Just to share also my flight from Madrid. People are speaking about travel today. Uh, just travel. Madrid at the morning, I saw maybe around 10 other Juve fans in the plane. Awesome to see. But that's always
We
brilliant.
have supporters around the world.
News about Paul?
No news. We have to wait the 5 October,
Mhm.
and then we see the evolution of this story.
What about Bonucci? We
Yesterday, I
ah,
watched the full match between Real and Union because I had to write an article regarding his debut with Union, and I I have to admit that he played very well.
he played well. Huh?
6.5. I gave
I
him
agree.
6.5. I gave him.
I agree. And it's a coincidence. He goes out and they concede.
Yeah,
Tell me a bit
but
about Bellingham.
but
I
in
want to know
the second half, he did a beautiful chiusura save
closure,
closer.
interception, block,
Yeah,
a block.
a block. It's a beautiful block, and but it was very good physically. But now I wish him all the best for this season. But we are talking about the past. We have to be focused on the future, on the present, and the future.
I wanted to speak about Bellingham in a second because yesterday
What a
again.
player!
eh,
But Beppe, he scored always the last second. Why?
it-
But that's you are. If you do that 2, 3, 4 times, you are not lucky.
no.
You are just strong. You are a world class player.
I was listening to his interview post game, and he was saying that he's new to Real Madrid, but he knows the history of Real Madrid. Real Madrid, how many times they they are about to lose and they believe in it. Actually, fino alla fine, they believe in it
Yeah,
and they are
yeah.
able to change it. And he says, even from outside of the team, when I was watching, you already have it. And when you go to Real Madrid, they are telling you, they are making sure that you understand that until the last moment, everything is possible.
But Beppe,
So,
I watched Bellingham playing with Borussia Dortmund in the last seasons. But to be honest, I was not sure that he was already a world class player because now
mhm,
he's
I agree.
showing that you know
I
they
agree.
didn't replace in the right way Benzema, but they spent all money for Bellingham. But he's not just a midfielder or a modern trequartista. He's able to do everything.
Everything is complete. I agree. You know who impressed me? I watched Paris Saint-Germain, Zaire Emery. Mamma mia.
Emery, and he's very young.
17, huh?
He's very young.
He
Another
was good.
talent.
Yeah, yeah. Really, really good.
But
And also,
he will waste his time there or there. That's the question.
Paris Saint-Germain is difficult. When you're at Paris Saint-Germain, it's difficult. You can't just decide to leave. If they want you to leave, good. Otherwise, you are there. The story of Verratti is clear. Huh?
But Beppe, do you think that Mbappe will sign next season as a free agent
Eh,
for Madrid, or he will renew his contract during that season?
I think he will renew again 1 year.
1 year, 1 year, 1 year. There will be maybe a not good choice.
No, I think
I
the
think that
same.
it's time for him to go to Real Madrid.
Mm, mm. Look, I watched the game Dortmund against PSG, and Dortmund was not at the level. They tried for 20 minutes.
No, no. They are suffering a lot in the
Mm,
Bundesliga as well, and I think that what happened in the last match of the last season was a nightmare for them because
yeah, yeah.
They lost an unbelievable championship. They were going to win without problem, and then they failed a lot.
Another player is Musiala as well. By the way.
Oh, yesterday I didn't watch neither Milan, neither Inter, neither Napoli, but I watched Bayern Manchester.
Yeah.
It was Beppe, an unbelievable match, because if you watch the game, it's impossible the result, because
I watched the game as well, and you're correct.
they had 11, 12 clear chances to score, and they scored just 4 goals. But then at the end of the match, Manchester United did a potential comeback. But Musiala is an unbelievable player. Unbelievable player, because he has a huge class. I would like in the future to see Musiala alongside Bellingham.
I thought
at Juventus it's impossible, too expensive for us. It's impossible, too expensive for us, guys.
What about De Ligt? What's happening with Cugino Matthes?
I think that now Tuchel is pushing on Upamecano and Kim. Kim was very good. Upamecano, up and down. But right now, Matthijs is on the bench, and he was on the bench with the national team as well. Grande Bocar.
It's strange, huh? You think that he was overrated at Juve?
Or... No. I think that Matthijs did well at Juventus, especially the last season was good. But right now, for him, it will be difficult to play over or Upamecano or Kim.
Kim is great. Autolector is asking, is it the third? No, it's not the third shirt. Autolector, it's the street version of the third shirt, and it's fantastic, like this with the detail. But pay attention, because it's like 80%, like hard material. It's really warm. It's like nearly a sweater. So pay attention where you are living.
You look so elegant with this shirt, man.
Yeah, I know. People
you can go with your wife dinner time. You can go out walking the street. You can do. You with this shirt, Beppe. You are like Bellingham. You are able to do everything.
I am complete. No, it's true.
You can do a clip with this.
That's the first thing I did. I checked the second that you say it, and then I will clip it. I'm like Bellingham.
You are like Bellingham. You look very good. You look very good, Beppe.
Yeah, guys, I want some question for Rom, for Big Rom. Now that he's here, wait, did I forget something? We spoke about the. Later we'll do the formazione. We spoke about goalkeeper. We spoke about the defense. We spoke about the injuries. Press conference tomorrow of Max Allegri.
We spoke about all the elements involved at Juventus and Boldingham. We are both Boldingham.
Beppe is right. If it was cooler in Italy last week, I would have bought.
What's your prediction, Beppe, for Saturday?
We need to speak about Berardi. Now I remind.
I think that today the CEO Carnevali has spoken about Berardi, Giuntoli, Locatelli, Magnanelli.
Speaks a lot, huh? Carnevali at the moment. He's angry against Juventus. Not happy.
Yeah, but it's time to open a new chapter, because I'm sure.
You think it's over because there are still some people there are saying maybe in January, maybe next season.
We have the right player at home.
Mattia Sule.
Yeah, for sure. Now, maybe it was good that he was loaned to get experience in his 2 first official matches with Frosinone. Was the best of the team. So I don't understand why we have to spend, for example, 25-30 million euros when we have already Matthias at home. Okay,
Mm.
Mattias is young. Berardi has huge numbers in the Serie A, so huge respect for what did Mimmo for Sassuolo. He's a legend for them, okay? Number 9, ta. But next August, Mimmo will turn 13 years old. So we have Mattias. We
I
have to
agree.
try to. We have to put to bet on Mattia to try to test him with more 1 year more after good experience. We hope as Sassuolo. So
Tomorrow, Rom is not going to the press conference. He has a meeting, but okay, let's play that game. If you were there tomorrow, what was the question that you would ask?
that's a good question. Hmm. Maybe something with Berardi,
Yeah,
because Berardi.
you know that Max will not answer. Huh?
But no, but you have to try to study another another type of structure in terms of the question, because Berardi was the man that killed Allegri when he was at Milan, because he
It's true,
scored against Allegri 4 goals, four,
and he left.
and then he was sacked from Milan.
Yeah,
So maybe something like some with that, because Milan, Berardi linking to Juventus in the past, Berardi very close to Juventus this summer. So Berardi is in the destiny of Allegri.
it's true. It's true. Uh, and do you think that if Arthur is staying healthy, do you think
No,
that no? Huh?
no,
And do you think he
no,
has a future at Fiorentina?
maybe, but
Mm,
he earns a lot of money. That's true that
difficult. Huh?
he is before to to go to Florence, he has extended his contract with Juve.
Yeah,
In my personal opinion, Arthur is perfect, the perfect one to play as a regista in the modern football, with a coach who wants to play Italiano, De Zerbi. I think that maybe Arthur could be perfect for the Liga.
mm.
But I don't think that he will have a future at
Yeah.
Juventus.
Mario is saying, Beppe, you look so happy. But I'm always happy. Ragazzi, I'm with Romeo Agresti 2 times a week. How can I not be happy? I'm super happy. Do me the lineup. I want to see the lineup. Dai.
Dai, we'll try.
Because people are here. Mufidi wants to know the
We
lineup
try,
of
we try.
Sassuolo. Vamos.
Chesney,
Wait. Okay, here.
then Gatti, Bremer, Danilo.
Now it's easy, without Alexandro.
Yeah. But maybe Rugani will play against Lecce. We'll see.
Could be.
McKennie.
Wait. Here is McKennie.
Where is the West?
Here.
Where are you?
Where do you? Here on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Miretti. Loca. Rabiot. Kostic. Chiesa, Vlahovic.
So it's
Vlahovic, Chiesa.
100%, huh? 100% the
No, I
same.
think that maybe you can have a doubt between Miretti and Fagioli. But what do you think? That Allegri could change something?
I would be really happy with this one, because if we do this one, indeed, as we said earlier, it's over with the legend that we never have twice in a row the same formation. I would be really happy with that. No, I think also it's the most logical one. But knowing Max, I think there will be some change. I think we will see where. I think that we will see where.
Why?
Rest for McKennie in the first half, starting with Wea, and then you keep a
But I
Cambiaso
prefer to see McKennie resting, is the right word, against Lecce.
playing against Lecce from the start, and I think that Cambiaso can enter here or here.
So 1 or 2 changes.
One change according, or no change, and we go with the same, or one change. Yeah.
Okay.
Wea and Ealing. No, I don't think we will see Wea and Ealing. Oh, don't forget we have what's his name? Ah, you know why? I will tell you tactically. Here, listen to my tactical advice. So I think we play with these ones. Why? Because Berardi is playing on the right side of the field. Gatti goes a bit here. Kostic will play a bit lower
Yeah.
with Danilo blocking Berardi. And actually, you go a bit higher with Wea. Chiesa can also go a bit more on the right, and it starts to be a kind of 4-3-3. But not Kostic left back, huh? But
do you think that the rotation could favor Wea in attack?
I think that Wea will go more up. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be
No, it's a 3-5-2. 3-5-2, but Kostic a bit more on Berardi, Wea a bit more higher. We will attack a lot on the right side of the field to start the game with.
Beppe, you are a coach, so I believe in what you say. And we'll see what will happen. Tomorrow we'll try to understand better after the press conference, with our sources. But yeah, there could be an idea.
Who's playing on the left from Sassuolo? I don't remember because they're always
Vigna. The player who was at Roma.
Sure that Chris can sleep tonight.
Chris, I think that De Zerbi, he loves to stay UK in the Premier League, and maybe if he will do what he's doing, a very beautiful job at Brighton, maybe he will get another chance to rise up his level in England. For example, Man United. Maybe one day Guardiola will leave. Arsenal, so there are a lot of teams.
I agree. Loriente, do you like that player?
I have him on the fantasy football, but I don't know. I think that during the season we regret that.
But can you sell or not?
Lorite?
No, in the fantasy league, can you
No.
change the player? Or
No.
For the entire season.
No. We have the market in January. You can try to do swap deals, but now I have to keep him.
Cambiaso will play at the left to defend on Berardi. I think it will be Kostic. Kostic, I think that today Kostic is a bit more defensive than Cambiaso.
He knows what Allegri wants.
Yeah. I agree. Dai, prediction, and then we say goodbye to the people.
Sassuolo 0, Juventus 4. Vlahovic, Ken, and I don't remember.
No Chiesa?
Chiesa. Vlahovic, Chiesa, and Ken.
Mamma mia, 4-0. That's a big prediction.
Yeah, but I think that if we play focused with the right balance, with our skills, our qualities in the attack, we can hurt them more times.
I would have agreed with you, but because we play against Lecce on Tuesday, if we score 2 goals, we stop playing.
I hope no, but I understand.
I think.
But don't forget that Sassuolo conceded a lot.
Yeah.
I watched, Sassuolo against Frosinone. They were 2-0 up, and then they lost 4-2. So that means we have a lot of chances.
If Miretti plays,
you will score.
He scores. I say it every week. One day I will clip and I will say, look, I said it. But
you have to bet on him.
Yeah.
€25.
Money. I don't know.
You're not sure. You are not sure. You're not sure what you are saying.
Rob, ciao. Ragazzi in the chat.
You're a liar. Good night, guys.
Ciao Talectro, ciao Nicola, ciao Maccio, ciao MK, ciao Toma, ciao Azzurri, ciao a tutti, grazie.
Good night, guys.
Ciao.
Oh, good job.
Ciao.